Hey, and welcome to this week's Training Tuesday at the Tribe of Athletes. I hope you had a wonderful Easter break with the family or with your teammates or whoever you celebrated with. If you celebrate at all in Egypt here, they don't really celebrate Easter, but we're having a great time as well. And for those of you who don't know me yet, my name is David Karasek. I'm the founder of the Tribe of Athletes, where we help athletes become the best version of themselves, and we're using the mind for that, okay? Because believe it or not, the only difference between you and the people that you idolize, the athletes that are the superstars that you wish you were, is your mindset, okay? And actually today we're going to speak about the power of repetition, because literally everything that you're good at comes with repetition. That's the only way to master something. So we cannot think that the mind is any different. And the mind is so powerful. You have no idea what you're capable of doing. I have no idea what I'm capable of doing. I have no idea what you're capable of doing. You have infinite potential, and as we develop our mind and as we become aware of the powers that are inside of us, they're just sleeping. You're not aware of them because nobody taught you. You know, you start to see, oh my God, there's a whole new world out there. And as I said, the only difference between you and the people you idolize is the mindset. And I'm actually going to give you an exercise today. And it's not going to be a long session, because I want you to do the exercise right after this, after we get off. And, the claim that my mentor made was that you do that exercise for 3 months every day. It takes you 10 minutes a day. You do it and you can have anything you want in life. Anything you want. Okay, so my challenge to you, after this session, you'll understand why repetition is so important, why we have to use repetition to condition our subconscious mind. And I'll explain that in a second. For those of you who are following the Training Tuesdays, it will be a bit of repetition. For those of you who are new, no problem. We're going to go through the concept together. And you'll see why repetition is so important. Now I'm realizing as I see myself here, I kind of look angry. I am not angry. It's just that the light is very, oh my God, I'm not angry, okay? But yeah, super cool. So in a sense, at the end, you'll have an exercise that you can do. You must do. That's the challenge. You must do it every day for 10 minutes for 90 days. And think about it this way. What's the worst that can happen? The worst that can happen is that you spend 10 minutes a day for 3 months and you find out that I'm full of shit. That's the worst. But the best thing that can happen is you do that for 3 months, and I'm telling you, if you do it, you will not recognize your life anymore. Okay? You will not recognize your career or you'll see, you will not recognize your career and the person that you become anymore. And you can have anything in life. So I believe, and again, that's just my opinion, that's a pretty good deal. That's a pretty good trade-off. Like, I would do that, I would risk that, give 10 minutes a day for 3 months, any day of the week. I would do that all the time if somebody tells me you can have anything you want. And my mentor did it to me, and he told me do exactly as I tell you, because he knew something that I didn't know, and he still knows stuff that I don't know. And I was not proud enough or too stubborn to think that I know it better. Because look, the way they explain it, like these beautiful people that are changing millions of lives, is that there's people that spend their entire lives researching the most successful people. That could be athletes, that could be business people, that could be artists, and they look at the patterns. And they know something that you don't know, because otherwise you would get the results. So, and I don't know, or I'm learning, right? But we're all on that path towards becoming the best version of ourselves. And the way I see it, and that's really, really beautiful, is that some people, because they have, immersed themselves in that topic again and again, and they're studying it, they're have a high level of awareness. But we can always go higher. And then maybe like me is like here. And then maybe you is right here. Or maybe you're here. It doesn't matter. But we can we can give each other the hand and help each other out. Because as you gain more awareness, you will understand the people that are following in that track as you try to become the best version of yourself. And again, that is a never-ending quest because you don't know where you can go. Right? But you will understand, like when you look back in a year and you see the people that are going through the similar, you know, issues, problems, self-doubt, worries. And you can understand now because you went through it. You went through the terror barrier. You know, you put it all on the line and you succeeded. So you will understand them. And you know, it's just so beautiful. 10 minutes a day. I mean, whatever. We spend, you know, we could be on, I mean, come on. We're like on social media going on it, you know, and like 10 minutes is over like this. But if you use it for the exercise that I'm going to give you, it'll change your life. It'll change your life. So I think it's a pretty good deal, all right? But it's up to you to decide because I'm very aware that, you know, people don't like being changed. That's why you have to make a decision that you want this. And then it's going to be easy for you to change because you want it. But if you do it because of me, it's not going to work out, right? So people don't like being changed. They like change, but they don't like being changed. So I don't want to change you. I just want to inspire you to make a committed decision because that's what it's needed, committed decision. But that's cool because you're an athlete. You know what commitment is. And yeah, that's how we're going to roll, all right? So I forgot to ask, actually, because I got so into the topic. Drop us a comment here. Drop us a comment with where you're from and what sport you're doing. All right, please let us know where you're from. Oh, these fly. Let us know where you're from and what sport you're doing, so we know what's up. And I'm gonna kick off with a little bit of repetition. We're gonna share my screen here. We're gonna kick off with the stick person. Now, when we talk about mindset, nobody has ever seen the mind. So we need a picture of the mind, or we need like a concept of the mind. And so what we do is we draw the stick person. And by the way, this session is pre-recorded because the internet here is not so good. It's pre-recorded, but I'll be live with you guys in the chat when it goes live. So I'll be there, but it's pre-recorded. As you can tell, it's like Monday right now. Just making sure that it's a good experience for you guys. Okay, now you see, this is the mind, this is the body. Now for those of you who've already done some trainings with me, now pop in the chat, what are the two, let's say the top half of the mind is how do we call it? Put it in the chat. Repetition. And then we have the bottom half of the mind. Put in the chat what that is, okay? Just put like the two words that how do we call the two parts of the mind? Put it in the chat, please. I'll give you a second. And as you pop it in the chat, I'm just gonna like draw the antennas here. These are our 5 senses. Okay. Let me switch color. Okay, so we call the top half of the mind of this stick person is the conscious mind. Okay, and the bottom half is the subconscious mind. Okay, it's also called the thinking mind. It's what you're using right now to pay attention to me. And we have the emotional mind. It's the subconscious. Now, what you need to know is that it's your subconscious mind that is running your body. Okay? Because you're not thinking, okay, a heartbeat now, and now another one, and now move my hand, and you know, blink with the eye and take another breath. It's all the subconscious mind that's running your body. And this is very important because when you look, it's your subconscious mind that runs your body. Now, it's your body that moves into action. And you want to write that down, guys. You want to really become very familiar with this concept. This is the most important concept that I'll ever use to explain how this is working. And you know, knowledge is power. Knowledge is power. As you start to understand that, you'll have choice. You'll see, this is what's going on. This is why I keep getting the same results, because it's automatic through the subconscious. Okay, but let's stick with me here. The subconscious is running your body. Your body moves into action. And it's the actions that you take that decide the results that you're getting. Okay? All right. Now, the confusion comes when you, in your conscious mind, because you've read books, because you're listening to podcasts, because you're listening to me speak, it's like you consciously understand how it's working. But then you look at your results, and the results don't show that. They're not the world-class results that you want. And then we become confused because we understand how it's supposed to work. We look at the results and there's a mismatch. So we become confused, frustrated, angry, we give up. And what we do is, because it's painful, what we do is we start to compare. We look at the outside and we start to make all kinds of excuses on why that is. Why it's not working for you, but it's working for Messi and LeBron James and Michael Phelps. Yeah? Serena Williams. It's working for them and it's not working for you. And that brings confusion. But what you have to understand, this is it. You have to understand that it's your subconscious that is directly linked to the results that you're getting, because it's running your body. So it has nothing to do with what you intellectually understand. Okay? And I want you to pop in the chat now. We talked about what differentiates us from animals. We call them the higher faculties. And if I want you to put in a chat the higher faculties that you remember from last time, that we have, that animals don't have. And they're part of your conscious mind. And those are the ones that we're going to use to reprogram the subconscious mind. Okay? Because the subconscious mind, you got to see, pop it in the chat. What are the higher faculties that we have that we can use to recondition the subconscious mind? Because let me tell you, the subconscious mind here, what's in there is and maybe I'm going to just do it like that. Instead of subconscious here, I'll try to erase this. What forms in there is a self-image. Image. It's the image that you hold about yourself. And that runs your body. So the goal is to change the self-image that you hold about yourself. Okay? If you have any questions, that would also be a good time now to just pop it in the chat as well, because I will be there and I can answer those if there's something unclear. Okay, but it's the self-image that we want to change. And that's when you read the books of top athletes, when you look at the documentaries, when you do all that research that I've been doing for 2 years now. Nothing else, because I love it so much. I love it so much. You notice how they all have the skill to see themselves as the main actor in their movie. Michael Jordan wanted to, and LeBron James, they want to take that last buzzer shot. They want to be there. They see themselves being there, and when everybody else is scared away and not confident, they want to be there. And they see themselves in that. So that's the self-image that they have, and that's where the confidence comes from. But that self-image, it built with repetition. Repetition, because the subconscious mind can only, write that down, the subconscious mind, I'll help you here. The subconscious subconscious can only learn through repetition. It can only learn through repetition. It is super powerful, and you learn anything. Like a baby. A baby can learn all the languages. A baby will learn to love the food that you give it. A baby in Japan will love rice. A baby in Italy will love pasta. A baby in the Czech Republic will love potatoes. That's just how it is. But it's a beautiful thing now that we have that information. That's why I was saying in the beginning that if we just do that for 3 months and we impress an idea with our conscious mind up on the subconscious mind, so we impress, let me also switch colors here to green, or green. So if we have like a beautiful picture, like a dream, and we impress that down here, again and again and again and again and again, your subconscious mind, your self-image will start to change. And as your self-image changes, your body will be in a different vibration. And you will take different actions. And you will get different results. That's the magic. But it only works through repetition. And what I got to tell you, and you have to believe me in this, it's like everything you do is through repetition. Like if you have a great forehand, if you have a good shot, if you have a good pass, if you have a good freestyle, it's through repetition. Everything is through repetition. And this is the same, but this is more important because this is like your dreams. This is your mindset. This is everything. This is the only difference between you and the people that you admire. It's the only difference. So we have to use, and we mentioned the higher faculties that you wrote in the chat, hopefully. So we talked about those. And now let's explore these quickly, and then we'll get to the exercise, all right? So look, we're going to use the higher faculties. They are willpower. Will, let's say, okay? Imagination. To imagine, like imagination. To imagine, to dream. And if you can't dream right now, not a problem. It's like any other muscle. It will come as you do it every day. Reason. Then we have perception. Perception is to see the same thing from different angles. To see, like when you're stuck, to not be stuck in your, what you think is going on, but to see other angles and to see what the truth is, because we're living in an illusion. We often think we know the truth, but we don't. We know so little. We know so little. So perception, it's huge. And you will see that how people have different opinions. And so you can put yourself in the shoes of somebody else and just think how powerful that is. If you can learn to do that, because you'll just see more of how it really is. Okay? So these are the ones I want to focus on for today. Will, imagination, reason, and perception. There's 2 more, but let's leave it with that. And I see this is a total mess again, but I think you got the point, okay? So what we're going to do, I want to read you something here. I wrote that down. And if we're doing that again, just real quick, we have your conscious and you have your self-image. Stick person. Now, there is only 2 ways to change your self-image, at least 2 known ways to change your self-image, all right? There's only 2 ways. The first way is, and write this down, is through, you guessed it, repetition. repetition. Okay? But actually it's good news, because all you have to do is repeat it again and again. It doesn't even matter if you believe it in the beginning. You will believe it in time, but your subconscious mind cannot reject what's coming in again and again and again and again and again. You must do it every day, and it will work. It will change your life. And then there's the second way is through a intense emotional experience. Okay, that could shift the way you see yourself. It could really shift you if you have an intense moment. Like let's say somebody battles cancer and they are like this close from death, and they look death in the eye and they come back, they recover. That is an intense emotional experience, and that oftentimes that changes people. That changes the self-image that they hold about themselves. They all of a sudden they realize, oh my God, life is about so much more than what I've been doing. I've been wasting like time, right? For example. Or it could be what happened to me is not as intense, but what happened to me when I was in banking, I was making good money and all that, but the guy who was sitting across from me, he's been with the bank for 10 years, and he got his second child. One second, I'm sorry, I'm trying to go back here so you can see me better. He got his second child, and his wife got really sick after that, and he asked the bank if he could take a month off unpaid to help at home, and they said no. And when I heard that, I was in Nicaragua at the time helping with a friend with a charity, beautiful organization, and when I heard that, I called my dad and I said, I'm going to send my resignation letter. Can you please mail it in? And I had all kinds of resistance, like from my mom. She started crying and because it's all about safety and your salary and blah, blah, blah. But for me, that experience, even though it wasn't personally for me, I was like, fuck this. I'm not working for I'm not working for a bank that, treats their employees like that. I don't want to give my energy, my passion, my everything that, my being, my time for them if they're being assholes, because it happened to him, but it could happen to me. So that was, for me, that was a shift. That was a kind of an emotional experience, and came like bam. Okay, and everything turned out fine. But, so these are the two things. You have repetition, which always works, and then you have these intense emotional experiences that, they could happen to you, but it's uncontrollable in a sense, right? They just come, and when they come, you'll know. But it's much better actually to use the repetition, because you can with your conscious mind, you can decide, I want to do this. You can decide, I want this. And then you start to impress that idea up on your subconscious mind. It's very mechanical. There's no it's not magic. There's no secret about it. Okay? There's no secret about it. So, the exercise, beautiful guys. We're doing a great job. Are there any questions or any comments on this? Please pop them in the chat. Pop them in the chat. And actually, I have a question for you. So, you've heard me say now that it's repetition, that we're going to use repetition to impress an idea upon the subconscious mind. Now, how would you do it? Tell me, put it in the chat. And I want to have everyone, I want you to participate, because that sends a message to the subconscious mind that this is important. So put in the chat box what you think, how we can impress what we want, a dream, just what we want, what we really want. And tell me, how would you impress that upon your subconscious mind? How would you do it? And I'll tell you what, as you put that in the chat box, and I want everybody to put an answer in the chat box. Please do. It's important. Play along here. Play with me. I want you to, when, in school, there's kids that are visual learners with the eyes. There's kids that learn well with audio. There's kids that learn through movement, right? And in school, it's often like the visual learners are favored, I would say, right? I was a visual learner, so for me, it was like I went through school quite easy. What I want to say is here, we're going to, at the end of this, you're going to have like a routine, what you can do for 10 minutes every single day. But what I want to suggest is that I don't want you to just blindly adopt what I tell you. Because then it's like, you know, the day goes by and you're like, oh shit, I haven't done David's exercises yet. Shit, I got to find 10 minutes. Damn it. It's already 10 o'clock. I'll do it tomorrow. Or, you know, it feels like a must, like it feels like a burden. And then it's not fun, and you got to use way too much willpower to battle through it. But what if you can find a routine that it becomes fun for you? That you're like, oh my God, I cannot wait to do this again. Like, I cannot wait, you know, to feel good again, to feel empowered again. I love doing that. And that's what now here in Egypt, I get up at 5:30 because the sun rises really early because we're in the same time zone as Europe, but far more east. So the sun comes up early and goes down early. And so I'm up early, and then at 7 o'clock, there's like a little group of us here. There's a woman that she's doing, you know, some yoga for us, and on the beach. So at 7 o'clock, you know, we all drink our water. She comes with the cucumber in the water and all that. Pretty cool. And then we do yoga together, okay? And then after yoga, after a good stretch, 30 minutes or whatever, I close my eyes and I do. So I guess that's one of the options now, if you maybe put it on the chat box already. But one of the options is to meditate, to think about, just close your eyes and think what you want and start to paint a picture. And that's what I do every day. I have a bit more sophisticated system, if you want, that, you know, that I've been doing every day for now 8 months. And I mean, the wonders that this thing has done and how it's changed my life, it's absolutely amazing. And I'm going to teach you that in the next world-class goal setting workshop, okay? But so meditation could be one of them, just closing your eyes and using your imagination and starting to see the pictures, okay? So that could be one. Then the other thing could be when I go kite surfing here, oh my God, it's so beautiful, you know? I'm out there alone, and what I do is I yell the sentence that I absolutely love. I say, I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm mentoring the world's most inspiring athletes and make $100,000 a month. Wow. And I just yell it out. There's nobody there. And I start to feel so good. And, you know, a microphone going like this, and and it changes the self-image. It's absolutely amazing. So that's another one. It's like kinetic. It's with movement. It's saying it. And then the other thing is that what I do is I write the same freaking sentence. I write it again and again and again and again. Like I write it again and again and again. Because it's through repetition. And you will start to believe it. And then you start to act like the person that you want to become. That's the beauty of it. That's what the people don't understand. They think they have to have things first so they can do something and then they can be somebody. But it's the wrong way. It's you first decide who you want to be, what do you want, and then you go and you do because you already feel like that person. And then you go and do, and as an end result, you will have. So there's no conditions that have to be fulfilled in order for you to start creating what you love and what you really want. It's just in the mind. You have to allow yourself to dream, to think what you want, what you really want, not what the other people want for you. What you want. And guess what? If you're going on that trip, it's going to be a bit lonely. That's why I want you to be involved in the tribe of athletes, because we understand. But if you go into your family and you're saying, like, you know, what you're doing, they're going to think you're crazy because they don't see it. You can see something that they can't see yet. And it doesn't make them better or worse people. Not at all. It has nothing to do with that. It's just the level of awareness and the level of knowledge that you have now. Okay, so be involved in the tribe of athletes. Be involved. If you want to take it to the next step, if you want to fast track everything and work with me one-on-one, I do have a few spots available in the Powerful Athlete program. Then there's a link below. You can book a free session with me one-on-one. We'll talk about your dreams, talk about how I can help you, how we can accelerate everything and make sure those next 3 months are the best of your life. Okay, that's always an option. But now for the exercise, what I want you to do, and so I see that I've gone 30 minutes, but you know, take the next 10 minutes and I want you to write the same sentence. It starts with, I'm so happy and grateful, now that. And you use only present tense because it's already happened in your mind. And it's only a matter of time until it manifests in our 3D world here. Okay? I'm so happy and grateful now that. I'm so happy and grateful now that. And you don't sell yourself a cent short. You don't have to share it with anybody. Just do it for yourself. If your goal is to be the best striker, like the best forward in basketball, in the NBA, then write it down. You don't have to share it. Don't worry about whatever. It's just for yourself. And you write that 50 times. It might take longer than 10 minutes, actually. But you know, actually, let me take that back. I'll just say, put an alarm clock and just do it for 10 minutes a day until next week. Okay? I'll be checking in next week and use present tense and just write it. And then going back to the routine, you want to install a routine that works for you. You don't want to adopt like my routine, but I've given you different examples now. So you could write, you could say it, you meditate. Do what you love, do what's empowering you, and start to become aware and notice how it changes you. How, when you think about these dreams, how good that feels. Like when you see yourself and try to be very detailed. How you are on the court, what are you wearing, who's in the stands, what are the opponents doing, what position do you play, what dribbles do you use, how you hit the ball, what's the score. Start to see yourself and notice how you start to feel. Okay? And you want to develop a routine that works for you, that is fun for you, that it's the most beautiful thing for the whole day to do. And it shouldn't be a burden. It should be something like the empowerment 15 minutes or whatever, you know, the power session, or call it whatever you want. But it shouldn't be like something that you do because of me or because I told you to do it like that. Or switch it up. Use writing, use yelling, use whatever works for you, but do it. Because again, I can just repeat these concepts. I can brag about it because they're not mine. And there's people that spend their entire lives doing nothing but that. And I bet they know stuff better than us because they're hugely successful. They've changed millions of lives and they've done nothing but that. And they absolutely love it, just like I do. Okay? And then one last word is, no, because I just read about this, I just want to like share that as well, is that if you have people who have this much awareness and you have other people that have this much awareness, then an interesting phenomenon is that the people who are here, they often don't ask the people here how they do it. But the people here, they know what's going on down here because they've been there. And so if you're, and you know, this is all subjective. You can be here on a very high level of awareness, but there's other people that just have more. And there's always people that have less. But I want to encourage you to learn to become very comfortable with asking. To ask how other people do it. Like, for example, what I've been doing with my relationship now. So my girlfriend and I, we're going to move in together when I get back from Egypt, and she's coming here in a couple of days, inshallah, which I'm looking very forward to. But then we go home and we move in together. And moving in together, it's last time I was, in a relationship, we moved in together. It wasn't like that good of an experience. So what I did is I went to my brother and a lot of my friends that already live with their girlfriend, and they're having a successful relationship and they're happy to live together and they're doing well. And I asked them, so when you see me and what do you see? What do I have to, what should I pay attention to? What's like the tips that you can give me, right? So I went there and I asked. And I'm sure, I absolutely know that this will be helpful and already is helpful. And I now know, I'm more aware. And it's helping me to go from here, woof, to here, and then to there. But you have to be comfortable to ask. And it's really funny, a lot of people, they are stuck here, but they refuse to ask. And there's Tyler was, he's been working with us with the tribe for a little bit, and he was saying one of the things that stuck with him after watching the playbook with Mourinho was, the train doesn't stop twice. And sometimes there's opportunities coming around because you're always in the right place at the right time. It's just, are you aware of it? And, what if, I was, making an example here. What if Elon Musk walked around here in the hotel? And there would be a lot of people, whoa, there's Elon Musk, but I don't want to bother him. Oh, what would he think? And then they sit there, and I would go, and my mindset would be, oh my God, Elon Musk. Like, I would go to him and say, hey man, I really love what you're doing. It's absolutely amazing. I would love to invite you for a beer. And then who knows what happens? Yeah, he can say no. But what if he says yes? All the other guys, they'll be there. How did he do it? Oh, and they find reasons why I could do it and find reasons why they're still sitting there and envying me, sitting with Elon Musk having a beer. And then what if Elon Musk and I got along? He's like, oh yeah, by the way, I need somebody in the States to do this and this job. Would you like to do that? Right? I mean, it's just a made up example, but you can see where this is going. The train doesn't stop twice. So when you have an opportunity, when you meet somebody that knows more than you and you have a good feeling about it, you got to move on it. And you got to ask. You have to ask. You have to learn to ask, because that will accelerate your development so much, okay? So I hope that was all good stuff for you. It was helpful. Again, I apologize for looking like angry. I'm not at all, but it's still the light. And I had a great time. I hope you guys did as well. Any questions, pop it in chat. I'll see it. I'll answer them all. And again, my offer is that a free 30-minute session with me to speak about your dreams, see how I can help you. And because I do have a couple spots open in the Powerful Athlete program at the moment, and I would love to coach you if you see how this can really change everything. And I have good news from my side. I'm not going to share it now because we're already at 40 minutes, but I had the best 3 days ago, the best news of my professional life ever. And I was so happy because one of my dreams was to spread the truth, what we're talking about here, how it really works, not all the shit that we're learning in school. Spreading truth through workshops online around the world, and it's just been bam. Three days ago, I'm going to be doing seminars for thousands of people at once, and I was made partner. It's absolutely amazing. Running a whole division in America, and I'm just telling you, like, this stuff works. And for me in the beginning, it was like a bit like more difficult to speak to people about it, because it's like the naysayers will say, well, it hasn't worked for you yet. And I, didn't pay any attention to that. And now things have changed, and it's going to go like this. And it's already happened in my mind, and it will. So, and it will be out there very, very soon with the big news, with the big announcement. But I'm just saying, I'm using that to hopefully inspire you that if it's possible for me, it's possible for you. It was possible for a lot of other people. And a lot of them actually, a lot of the people that, they're not aware of how they do it, because it's just programming that runs the subconscious mind. So if you got good programming, then you will be successful. You'll get good results. but it's much more powerful if you understand the process, if you understand the theory behind it, how it works, if you understand the laws that govern the universe and our mind, because then you can repeat it and you can transfer it to other people. And that's even more beautiful than just having the results and not really understanding why you're having the results. Okay? So, again, yeah, the offer is there. And, yeah, I'll see a lot of you later this week. And at the latest, hopefully, for the next Training Tuesday session. Okay? We're going to do this like a couple more weeks because I'm here, pre-recorded. I'll be with the chat with you. Any questions, please send them to me, email me. I'll do my best to get back to you very quickly. And I'll talk to you soon, okay? Have a great rest of the week and train hard and make a commitment. How do you say? A committed decision to become the best version of yourself, okay? And it starts all here. Ciao, ciao.